Hello, Cruising World. Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's Monday, and it is week 3 of Douglas's great tips. We've been having some fun with them over the last couple of weeks. I'm sure you will agree. Well, we got 3 more, and then I've got a couple of others that we're going to add in. All right. As always, I have not read them. We're going to go live, as it were, and react as we read them out. So we've done 8. We've got 9, 10, and 11 to go. As I did last week, I'll preface the header where Douglas said, not sure if I can provide any tips that you haven't already done, but here are a few that I had. And so far, of the 8 we've done, I would say we may have used 2. So yeah, you're doing pretty damn good, Douglas. Pretty damn good. All right, first one this week, number 9 overall. Being a Canadian, I can tell you we probably haven't done this one. We have to have our passport to take any cruises, but for Americans, it is the best idea to also travel with one just off chance that something happens, and you have to travel home before the cruise is over for personal or medical reasons. You will need a passport to be able to get on a plane to fly back into the United States. What needs to be said about that? It's always good to have a passport. I know they say you don't need one to cruise, but that, to Douglas's point, is when you just get on and off the cruise ship. If something happens in the port and you have to fly home and you don't have a passport, you're probably not flying home. So, and apply early because they take a bit of time to arrive from what I'm told. And remember, it has to be valid for 6 months after your trip. So if your passport is expiring, pop quiz, when does your passport expire? That's right, you don't know. So go check your passport now. Pop quiz number 2. When does your driver license expire? That's right, you don't know. So go check that too. You may know, but most of you didn't know. I don't think I need to say anything else on that. I think it's a very valid tip, very valid point. And if you can have a passport, absolutely get the passport if you're traveling. Can't argue with that. No comments, Douglas. Perfectly good tip. And one that sums up why I ask you for your tips, because that's such a great tip and I would never have thought about doing that one. Next one, number 10, 2 this week. Register for your cruise as early as possible, which is usually, see, Douglas, you got to start reading these over, because I mean the last one, I glossed over your spelling errors. Last one you said, just on the off chance that something happens. See, and I have to react because I'm reading it live. Double check what you wrote. I know there's a lot of writing on here, but double check it. This one you wrote, register for your cruise as early as possible with is usually at midnight. I'm assuming you meant which. It's usually at midnight, East Coast, US time zone. So on the West Coast, our time is 2100 or 9 p.m. 14 days before your departure date, unless you are Diamond or Platinum, in which case it's 16 days, so that you can book the earliest arrival time to board the ship. If you wait, I think you meant, Douglas. Go look at the email you sent me. If you wait until the next day because you didn't want to stay up late, you might find that you can't get a time until after lunchtime. Very true. Very true. The West Coast people have a great advantage being able to check in at 9 p.m. I would say as soon as you book your cruise, you got a calendar on your phone, put yourself a reminder in, not the day you do it, the day before, so you get a reminder there so you don't forget to check in for that cruise, because it does make a big difference. If you can get on early, get to explore the ship, do your muster drill out of the way, get to enjoy lunch before it gets really crowded, because the one day on every cruise, or the worst time on every cruise, is around about between 12 and 1:30 on embarkation day. Because usually by that time, a lot of people are on board and they cannot go to their room. So that's when the areas get really crowded. So if you're on, a little side tip, if you're on embarkation day and you're there, oh my God, this is so crowded. How are we going to do this all week? Remember, that's the only time it's going to be that crowded. As soon as 1:30 hits and people can go to their room, watch it empty out. And then for the rest of the week, it won't be as full. It's just the way it works. So you got to bear that in mind. This is the time when nobody can go anywhere except here. That's when it's going to be busy. But if you get on earlier, you get a chance to look around the ship, take it all in, get a seat, enjoy it, whatever, get some red stripes down you. Only one before you do the muster drill, though. Remember that, everybody. Do not drink and muster drill. Well, I won't let you. But, So, yes, very good point. Set your alarm. Even being diamond, I normally get the first check-in time. But if it's like a journeys cruise or something, they don't usually have priority boarding. So you still want to try and get that early time if you can. So you're just in with everybody else. But just out of habit, I would stay up till midnight to check in because I want to get on board as early as possible and try and get some videos of cabins. So if you're one of these people that comes on, goes to your cabin, and this idiot in a suit is in there going like this, don't get mad. Just know I'm sharing the knowledge with everybody else, and I'm quickly taking, a video of your cabin. I'm not doing anybody any harm. I don't touch anything. All right. Number 11, last one from Douglas. I feel almost sad that we're ending Douglas's tips right here. But I'm sure you'll send me more. Just make sure you spell them correctly. Not spell them correctly. Write them correctly with the correct words. Spell check. Douglas, spell check. You can have breakfast in the MDR daily, and on sea days, they have a larger menu for sea day brunch. This means that you don't have to eat breakfast in the buffet if you don't want to. Although with all the cutbacks they're making lately, I'm not sure that they do breakfast in the MDR on port days. They seem to be cutting back on a lot of stuff. So I would double check on that. I just heard from one of my good friends who's on the Celebration right now, and Shaq's Big Chicken is only open for breakfast, not for lunch. So if that is the case, absolutely true, you can eat in the main dining room as long as it's offered. I would go ship by ship, and when you get on board, go to the hub and look at breakfast options and go to each day and just see if the dining room is open, main dining room is open. It will only be one of the two, so it may not be the one you eat in on a regular basis at night. Very often it's the morning one is going to be in the one for early and late dining, not the one for your time, but I've seen it the other way around as well. So my advice is be aware that could happen, but I don't know if it always does anymore because of all the cutbacks. Nothing can be guaranteed. And go and check on your hub, and if it is there, boom, there you go, you can. But also the service is going to be a little bit slower, but some people like that. Some people aren't in any rush to go do anything. So boom, do that. Yep. Great tips, Douglas. Thank you for those 11 tips. I was a bit harsh at points, but nothing, all harsh with love. That's what I'm going to say. Harsh with love. Don't take it personally. Only one person's ever really taken it personally, and I was just messing with him, but he sent me an email saying, clearly I didn't like his tips and he would never bother me again, and he apologizes, but he appreciates my... I wasn't being... Don't take it personally. It's British sense of humor. We never mean it in a mean way. We're just evening out the playing field. I'm going to throw in a bonus one from Jenny Kim. It's only one liner, and I haven't read it, so we'll just read and see what it says. And then got some more for next week. Here we go. Jenny Kim. To me. That's what it says. To me. When you win a hand pay on a Carnival cruise, don't blow it all. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I don't because I don't gamble, but I know what you're saying. Have the discipline to walk away when you're up. We used to gamble quite a bit, right? And we had a rule, if we ever doubled our money, we're walking away. And when you walk away, because you don't want to turn around and see somebody else win on that machine you were just on, because we did the slots. I'm gone. I'm out the casino. I'm disappeared. I don't want to see anybody else winning big money on that machine that I just played on. I don't want to know about it if it happened. And I said this in a video last week, I think it was. I watched this guy, Vegas Matt, and he gets hand pays, but he's betting a lot and every time. And he keeps going. And a lot of times he blows his hand pay. So, Jenny, I feel you. Inside, somehow, not, physically, because that's not happened to me, but I can totally appreciate what you're saying. And that is great advice to everybody. And maybe use my approach. Double your money, you walk away. Whatever. Anyways, all right. Next week, I've got a couple from my friend Mike and some from myself. I haven't done any in a while, so we'll get to those. But for now, subscribe. Send me your tips. Ring that little bell when you subscribe, by the way, and you'll get notifications when these tips come out. And subscribe. Send me your tips. Send me your cruising traditions. I haven't had any of those for a while. What do you always do when you go on a cruise ship? What is your one tradition as a group, as an individual, as a family? What do you always do when you go on a cruise ship? It's all about sharing knowledge and wealth of information with the rest of the cruising world. And if you have any questions, my email is coming up at the end of this video. Please send me your questions and send me your tips. I can't do these without you. Douglas just sent me 11 tips and I learned something on 9 of them. And I'm a bit of a geek. I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.